Did you see MotoGP posted Nikki Hayden on main?
Aw, our goat.
Our goat. Welcome to MotoMouths, the podcast for MotoGP, Motorsports, and more. I'm your host, Zoe, and wow, what a week.
I'm your other host, also named Zoe, and I feel like time isn't real. So yeah, what a week.
Yeah, you've been everywhere, man.
I've been temporally displaced.
Okay.
Temporally displaced?
You know, in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, when they go into warp speed, you like turn into different things, like they like turn into like a rubber ball, a whale, a houseplant.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's going on with you currently.
Honestly, yes. I last night turned into a sentient pile of ramen and just slept on my couch for 8 hours.
I know that you were very tired and you had a very long day, but that actually sounds healing.
It really was. I can't lie.
Like that sounds really relaxing and healing.
I don't think it made me better, but I think it healed something.
It was restorative.
I don't even think it was that. You know what will be restorative? 90-degree days in Austin this weekend.
See, you say that, and then what happened last year?
I don't want to talk about last year.
Well, we're gonna.
Is what I say to that.
Well, let's get into it though. So we did go racing in Guyana.
Guyana, yes.
And
shit happened, dude. It was crazy.
This was, and we thought Vegas 2023 was bad.
For F1.
F1, yeah. And then this is
Let me read you a list of the things.
A series of unfortunate events.
Truly. Flooding happened before before anyone even got there.
Guyana went through the 12 plagues of Passover.
Basically. And all their bikes are locust. And joke. Flooding happened before anyone even got there. So that was a major concern. There's like photos that are being like, are they AI? Aren't they AI? No one really fucking knows, which is like the worst part. We had really heavy rains on Friday, which didn't help anyone figure out the track, figure out the setup. Then we had what I am affectionately referring to as Sinkhole Saturday.
Sinkhole Saturday. Hashtag.
Then we had Sinkhole Saturday repairing.
There was a man in the sinkhole.
Then we had Sinkhole Saturday schedule updates.
Sinkhole scheduling,
yes. Then we had on Sunday asphalt peeling up off the track and hitting people.
Yeah.
So this all happened in one weekend at one track and one place, and it was Guyana.
72 hours.
And I do think it's very fun that there's been a lot of conversation about nepotism.
Okay.
So the guy who's like leading the teams, truly just like leadership, like I don't really think he's boots on the ground in any of it, which you'll understand why in a second, is apparently a nephew of the people who run Dorna, which is now Smeg.
Right.
So nepotism has come up, people are discussing, and it's reportedly the same team that has been doing all of this in Guyana and like certified Guyana as a safe and like good place to go racing, is the same team that will be doing that in Adelaide in Australia.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Shouldn't that be an independent body?
I mean, you'd think, but that's a question for not us, I guess.
The S in SMEG stands for sinkhole.
Sinkhole Saturday.
Sinkhole SMEG.
Funny. Honestly, like it was a weekend for a lot of fun comments from the racers. This may take the cake. Jorge Martin said we should have gone racing with the hole. He said, on the record, 10 toes down, full face, quoted, I think we should have gone racing.
Why?
His point was the hole isn't on the racing line. It was like right around where the starting grid is, but it wasn't on the racing line. In fact, it was on the opposite side of the track of the racing line. And his argument is that, well, you know, like in MotoGP, like we should be fine with that. Like it's way off the racing line. We shouldn't be over there anyways. In MotoGP, we're like good enough for that. Which there's a lot of holes I could poke in his comments.
Yeah. I'm sinkholes even.
Sinkholes. There's a lot of other things doing heavy lifting in his like, what if we did go racing with it?
Right. Like, first of all, you're not the only series racing that weekend.
You're also not the only guy racing. Like there's
right.
Like minimum, 60 other people also racing?
Also, just like Jorge, I believe you became really well acquainted with sliding last year.
Yeah, it's like a really crazy person to be making this commentary on like general safety principles.
Right. Buddy, if anyone's going to end up crashing into the hole,
karmically, it's you.
Statistically, it's you.
Yeah, based on everything that's happened in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And then it's like you add in the fact that all of this rain introduced really crazy, unpredictable aspects of the track everywhere. And it's like, oh, so you want to go racing on a track that like is actually falling apart at the seams and has a massive sinkhole. And here's the other thing. In Moto2 and Moto3 famously have like just insane shit happens in those series all the time.
Yeah, they're children.
And they're crazy and feral and they go after it because that's their job. Do you think that's never going to happen on the start-finish straight?
Right. Jorge,
just crazy nonsense. This is what I mean. It took the cake for me.
Jorge, we should have gone racing the hole.
He said the hole can be there. I don't care.
He said show hole.
He said the hole can watch the race. The hole can sit in the cuck chair. All of these things we can attribute to Jorge Martin.
Ay, ay, ay.
Now that we've talked about all of the events of the weekend, we should actually talk about our predictions.
Okay. What did we predict?
So you predicted an Alex P1, Mark P2, Frankie P3.
Okay.
None of that happened.
No. Fail King Diogo.
You did.
How'd that work out?
Diogo finished in 13th.
Well, okay. That's not the worst.
Not the worst. Not the worst. My guess was Bez P1.
Way to go.
Jorge Martin P2.
Zoe.
Also correct. Things fell apart when I got to P3 where I guessed Pedro.
Chinoa Achebe.
He finished 7th, so still in the points. And then I said Fail King Frankie because I was going with the assumption that hometown can go really bad or really good, no in between. And I was right, it went bad. And then I had a secondary, I was like, oh, I think Furman Aldeguer might have a really bad weekend too. I could see that being true. And guess what? He had a great weekend. Finished 8th after qualifying 7th. And I feel like with a broken leg,
first race back.
Walking around with a cane the whole weekend because you can't walk and it feels better on the bike. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Sure, buddy.
So we had all this shit going on. The Sunday GP, things happened. So like we were talking about, we had Sinkhole Saturday scheduling changes. The sprint was pushed back. A lot of the other sessions were pushed back. That was like in of itself destabilizing. I think a couple of other racers, including Jorge, were like, it's weird to then have your kind of like prep mindset. You keep getting pushed back and pushed back. Totally get that. So then Sunday, they were like, let's actually make it worse. And about 4 minutes before they were actually set to go racing, everyone's on the grid, everyone's ready to go. Race direction says, so the track's falling apart.
They just realized.
Things came to a head. Let's cut the race distance down. I think it was like 30 laps, like 23 laps.
Okay.
This became a problem because they told the teams as they walked down the grid. So they told everyone in the front, obviously, minutes before they told everyone in the back.
Okay.
So you're like, oh, well, yeah, that's how you tell people when you walk past them. That's just how walking in time and things work. Right?
The progression of time.
Exactly. The problem that comes in there is that 2 things. 1, everyone in the front now has enough time to switch tires if they would like. Everyone in the back has maybe 30 to 90 seconds to do that. Not enough time. So Enea Bastianini, I think Brad Binder, Alex Marquez all had things to say where they're like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah. Also, don't they have like a bullhorn they could utilize? Have the track announcers make an announcement.
Yes. Alex Marquez specifically was like, hey, so from a process perspective, and about that, I really fuck with him for that.
Yes. He said, let's take a step back and really analyze how we got here. Let's circle back.
He said, let's postmortem.
Yeah.
Because this was a cluster.
We need to debrief, and I will put it sometime on the calendar to debrief.
And we will have an agenda. And Alex's point was like, don't we have delayed start procedures where then it's like, okay, we start at this time and it's not like 4 minutes after someone decides we should start, like whatever. And Alex was right.
Alex always right.
Not always. Most times.
Especially not about contracts vis-a-vis knowing things.
Listen, I can't talk about that. Here's the second thing about having basically no notice about a shortened race. So I think we talked about this last year where there were some issues with like track maps and tire pressure. You have to like sync the software of a track map to the bike, and then you have to set tire pressure to like the length of time that you're going to be in the race. This is like a software thing. This is also a regulatory thing. And the way the regs work is that there's a certain set amount of minutes before race start that you have to stop updating any of that software, stop making any changes. The way the Sunday GP start was just like cocked up. Per regulations, they could not change the map on the bikes. They could not change any of the tire pressure on the bikes too.
Which then can lead to tire pressure penalties.
Yeah, and like if we're catastrophizing, could also lead to like tires blowing up. I sincerely doubt that would happen in this case because the whole point is that it goes longer. The longer it goes, the more it's likely to like quote unquote blow up. You just never know.
Especially not with Michelin tires.
As we've discovered. So I think a lot of like the teams and engineers kind of were pissed about that, as they rightfully should be.
As they should be. Who do they think they are? Marc Marquez at COTA?
God, only one person can be crazy like that, and it's my washed goat.
So chopped and washed.
Chopped, washed, and unk.
And unk. He got all three for three this weekend. I mean, he did win the sprint, but besides that.
He did win the sprint. I think that was very exciting. I loved that one. That was for me.
A little treat for you personally.
Yeah, for me personally. Ultimately, I think like Mark this weekend said something about how he is like the only thing he's missing to have a really good like full package is like aggressive first laps and a bike that he feels like he can do that with.
And a 1-year contract.
I mean, I can't talk about the contracts. It's really stressing me the fuck out. I don't want to talk about it. And gratefully, there's nothing to talk about. Okay, so for Sunday in the GP, Mark and Digia were beefing for fourth. Washed goat.
Yes.
Mark made a mistake going a little wide, and then it went even worse because he went wide and slipped on like what they're describing as loose and slippery part of the track.
Okay.
Right. I know we shouldn't talk about women like that.
But like,
so guess what was happening in that part of the track?
Was gravel flying
The track
up?
was peeling up.
Okay. Peeling like a banana.
I mean, probably not like that, but there were stones coming up out of like the asphalt and hitting people. So multiple riders were like, hey, look at my bruise. I got hit. So I think Anea talked about it. I think maybe Digia as well. Alex Rins was like, look at my finger. And there's like a huge bruise like on most of his finger. I think Mark has mentioned it. Like,
well, of course, Mark mentioned it. He loves to find a little.
Oh, yes. Like it was just hitting people. Like it's like, what the fuck?
Roads shouldn't do that.
No, like categorically they shouldn't. So Mark ended in fourth. And you know what? He did say he was like, I just really needed to get some points after the week before that. And I was like, you know what? You did. You did need to get some points.
And he did get some points.
He did. So Bez Win, great news. Great news about Bez Win.
Bez Win, Bez championship leader.
Bez championship leader. Great news, though, is that the Bez Win Pecco DNF curse continues. It rocks.
And he's won 4 times in a row. So that means Pecco has DNF'd 4 times in a row.
And that goes back to last season.
Yeah.
This goes back to Valencia 2025.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I love this weird little stat. It makes me laugh every single time.
I really enjoy it.
It was really cute. Bez was like, I had such a shit Saturday that he was really down in the dumps. I was like, many such cases. I have also been there. He did spend most of his sprint, he said, specifically watching Jorge, Mark, and Digia and like watching how they were optimizing their laps, what they were doing right, what they were doing wrong, and then went back with everyone like on the team Saturday night and was like, how the fuck do we fix this? Like, what should I do? And like used all of that data to make his Sunday a success.
Buddy.
I know. I love like science-informed expertise.
Decisions. Yeah.
Like, okay.
Data.
So yeah, like you said, he's leading the title fight. He is 11 points ahead of Jorge Martin.
And can we talk about that for a moment? Jorge Martin had a great weekend.
He did. He was jazzed all weekend. And this is what I mean. This is what I'm saying. It's so fun to watch Jorge Martin be good at a sport he's been good at forever.
I know. It's crazy. I'm enjoying watching Jorge Martin.
I know.
Crazy. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
But it's
At this point, it's silly goofy, and I'm having a great time. We'll get really serious around summer break, where I'm going to have to be like, Mark, get your shit fucking together.
Right. Well,
but it's fun for now.
He was really overjoyed at getting bronze.
He was.
P3. Yeah. So good for you, buddy.
Yeah. The last thing I have to say about like race stuff this weekend is we need to talk about Ayagura.
One of our favorite little guys.
So I qualified in 6th. And then during the sprint, he finished 5th. And then during the actual GP, he finished 5th. So he had an insanely consistent weekend. I had a great weekend. I didn't. Ayagura had a great weekend.
Okay, but you had a great weekend too.
Separate from this, I hate seeing Mark not win.
That's true.
I got spoiled. What do you want me to say?
Nothing.
He was talking after the GP and said something that I think he means like wholeheartedly. I think he means this so literally, but like in text, it reads objectively hilarious. He said, it was easy passing. I think everybody overtook Fabio Quartararo on the straight. Now, clearly the Aprilia is faster than the Yamaha on the straight. I felt a little bit sorry for him. Hi. And like, I's not an asshole. Like you know that he means, he's like, I did feel sorry for him. Like that sucks. But like, it comes across like he's being a huge cunt.
I love him.
Love him.
Love him down bad.
Speaking of huge cunts.
Okay. So Sinkhole?
No, J-Lo and Maverick might be divorced.
Oh no.
Yeah. So we all know that J-Lo and Maverick, Jorge Lorenzo, not Jennifer Lopez, started this like off-season, like goofy, silly, but apparently very serious, like mentor-mentee relationship coaching.
Yeah.
That is apparently on the rocks. So
just like everyone else.
J-Lo was not at Brazil, and he is apparently not going to be at COTA.
Okay. Can he leave Dubai though?
No, I think he's in a financially like fin-dom relationship with the city of Dubai. That's my guess.
Okay.
That's my guess. Is it a serious one? No, but that's my guess.
And you're standing 10 toes down on it.
Sure. It is funny because none of this has really been substantiated. Like Maverick has kind of been like, the bike's shit, I'm focused on this. Don't ask me about that. But in general, rumors is that like Maverick is kind of pissed that Jorge is, I guess, the face of things and is like using their relationship to like kind of make it all about Jorge and like Jorge having commentary on stuff and Jorge like being on camera and all that.
Momager.
And it's like, well, what did you think you were doing when you hired Jorge Lorenzo as your coach?
Buddy.
No, truly, what did you think you were doing? That guy? Love him. Wouldn't invite him into like my business.
You know the scorpion and the
frog.
Frog?
Yes.
Fable.
Except I don't think it's malicious. I just am like, what are you doing, dude?
Well, the scorpion wasn't malicious. It's just a scorpion.
Right. This is true.
The fable.
So remains to be seen. J-Lo will be coming back for a couple of races after COTA because he's like contracted with DAZN.
He's in DAZN.
DAZN.
He's in DAZN.
That one, I think it's Spanish sport broadcaster.
Mm-hmm.
Is it DAZN?
I don't know.
Anyways, so we'll see. I'm sure they're going to ask. The other thing is that VR46 has a USA livery for COTA.
Before we get into VR46, but speaking of VR46, this weekend was a great weekend for Luca Marini enjoyers in terms of seeing a lot of clips and footage of baby Luca Marini.
Yeah.
Because the last person on this grid to race there, well, he's not on the grid, but like the last person connected to the current grid that raced there was Valentino Rossi in 2002.
Yes.
So they had photos and video of baby Luca Marini, like just hanging out in the paddock and chilling and cheering on Valet. And it was really cute.
He was a really cute kid.
It was really cute. Made me happy.
In this house, we love and appreciate Luca Marini.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of VR46, they have a new US livery that they'll be running for COTA.
Yeah.
I have described this livery as ugly hot. And they will also be pairing it with like team gear that I think is just ugly.
The thing that annoys me is that I saw that this was going to happen. And I live in New York City and I don't.
Oh, yeah. Critical context. They launched the livery in New York City in a skyscraper in Manhattan.
Right. And the thing is that why?
Correct.
And 2, nobody knew that this was happening until like 5 seconds before it happened.
I also think it's weird to go to New York.
Right. Well, I know Europeans don't really get like geography and everything, but New York and Austin, Texas
Could not be further from each other.
Oh, they went to the edge?
Yes.
It's like a 10-minute train ride. I could have been there.
I know. Like, how are we supposed to know? The crazy thing is VR46 has been advertising their like pop-ups with this like retail brand in Austin and New York. They've been like posting about that constantly for the last week and a half. Did not say anything about this like livery launch. So the livery, according to the artist, who is Aldo Drudy, who does a lot of like design work with VR46, with Valentino, does a lot of people's helmets within the sport as well, features scenes and symbols of the United States, such as the national flag and the Austin Tower as a tribute to the Circuit of the Americas. Which is like fine. It's like a pop art style. I think it's kind of cool, but this is what I mean, ugly hot.
Yeah, I don't really get. I mean, there is an American flag present, but beyond that, I don't really get Americana.
And you know what? That's okay. That's fine.
I like the purple a lot.
I like the stars, but the team kit is bad.
Of course. They can't have 2 good things.
Well, and that's that kind of on.
Well, we need to make our predictions for COTA.
Yeah.
So just to recall what happened last year at the Circuit of the Americas, Zoe was there.
I was there. The most insane shit happened with Mark on the grid.
Mark won the sprint and then did the craziest fucking ready to run runner track start sprint ever before the race. And then he crashed out in front of you for the 2nd year in a row.
Okay, well, he crashed out in front of me, but
he crashed out for the second. Crashed out for the 2nd year in a row.
First time in front of me.
First time in front of you, but you did cry both times.
Well, yeah. He can't do it again to me this year because then it will be true that I'm cursed and I can't have that happen. Can I just not make predictions?
For this, I will allow you to not make predictions.
Okay, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to make a prediction. I'm not going to say it on here. I'm going to text it to you.
Okay.
Later this afternoon. And then next week, we'll talk about it. I cannot do this on camera. I cannot do this how we normally do this. I refuse.
That's fine. That's fine by me. But I should make my predictions still.
Yes.
Okay.
And then next week, we will discuss both.
My predictions are Marco Bezzecchi, P1, Marc Marquez, P2, Ayagura, P3, why not? And Pecco Fail King.
Okay. That's all I have to say.
That's all I have to say. We'll see what Zoe thinks next week. So I guess that brings us to the great wide world of motorsports.
It sure does.
Congratulations are in order.
Yes.
Fernando Alonso and his partner have welcomed a beautiful baby into the world. Do we know anything about it? I don't think so.
Probably not.
He's a very private man.
Yeah, for someone so evil.
And young.
Yeah, child, basically.
Teen pregnancy.
Child bride over here.
And I don't appreciate F1 condoning teen pregnancies, but that is what happened.
Child labor also, let us not forget.
He did labor.
He continues. He won't be participating in Friday events. I don't think he'll be participating in media day either.
And who knows if he'll participate in the race.
Honestly, he might just not. If I were him and I had a car that is actively trying to kill me and I also had a brand new baby.
Right.
Fresh, maybe a day and a half old. There's no fucking way I'm going into that car that's trying to kill me. And it might not even finish the race weekend.
The thing was Fernando Alonso ever going to actually take part in FP1?
That is a legitimate question this season.
Right.
I think that is a completely normal question this season.
It's not that he's missing FP1. It's just that he is participating in the way that he would have regardless.
Anyways, all that to say, Aston Martin, theoretically, if the universe allows, will be having their reserve driver, a man named Jack, J-A-K, Crawford, replace him. And
American.
He's American. This is less about the sport, but Kim Lewis real. It's real.
They went on vacation with the Kardashian children in
Japan. Shit is dark.
I mean, listen, I'm sure those kids have such a fucking crazy life. And if they can have a positive male figure in their lives that isn't Kanye West, so be it.
Do you really think he's that involved with them?
If he's on vacation with them in Japan, yes. Like, honestly, though, with Kim, if there's one thing she cares about, it's being involved in her children's lives. I will say that. And I don't think, like, Pete Davidson was tremendously involved with her kids. Like, you can say many things about the Kardashians. Unfortunately, them being, like, not involved in their children's lives is not one of them. If anything, they're too involved because their mom is Kris Jenner. I think we'll know pretty quick if he is involved with the children at all because he'll start tweeting about it. Kanye will start tweeting about it.
I forgot our early warning system of Kanye on Twitter.
Right. So we got that a lot with Skeet.
I can't think about this too hard because it does kind of make my brain hurt.
Anyways.
No, once again, we need to discuss the House of Usher.
Usher.
Which is the House of Aston Martin.
Yeah.
So this has now pulled Audi into the whole situation.
We're getting real close to a perhaps getting close to a Red Bull Part 2 electric boogaloo.
I don't think we are. What does Red Bull have to do with this?
They're trying to get Wheatley in and they're trying to get Horner in.
Aston Martin?
Yeah.
Horner is now kind of all in on this Alpine bid.
Not what I've heard. I've heard that Stroll really wants him to be the CEO and he wants Wheatley to be the team principal and for Newey to be the head of engineering.
Damn. I don't know. I don't like that.
I don't like it either, but I think it's very, very likely, especially because they're on with the Honda and they want Max. Like, it's like, to me, it's a 1-for-1.
Here's the thing. All of these like reporting, and I'm not saying that it's ever false, but everyone has pushed back on that reporting really, really hard. Problem is that once they pushed back on it, Wheatley then did leave Audi.
Yeah.
So they've cited personal reasons. We all know that that is never really the case.
No.
Don't really know. But I'm just like interested because like Toto Wolff is pushing back really hard on Christian Horner leaving this like bid for Alpine. So I'm just kind of like, is he like splitting his opportunity where he's like, if I can't get into Alpine, I'll get into Aston Martin and vice versa?
I think that it depends on what Newey wants.
I actually don't think Newey has as much power as we think he does right now because it's bad.
Even if Christian Horner doesn't come in, I think he would want Wheatley as a team principal so he can go back to, I believe Christian Horner when he says Newey never wanted to be team principal. Because I think if Newey actually wanted to be the team principal of an organization, he could have done that a long time ago.
Red Bull was like doing a lot to keep him around.
But he's been in F1 since the early 90s.
I guess I just like don't believe that a man with that much power would let it go.
He's not a power broker. He's a science engineering guy.
But now he's a power broker is my point.
But I think he's not a people manager.
Newey has made multiple comments that he's like, I'm in this. I'm doing this.
All right.
But again, like, how true is that? Newey also had a lot of very negative things to say about Christian Horner. So I'm not sure he'd want to stick around to work with him. And so did Newey's wife. Amanda was very open and honest about what she thought. So we don't know. No one knows. They also have no idea why the car is vibrating like that still.
No.
No idea.
Because she's a hand eater.
Couple like admin-y things. Haas is doing a Godzilla livery for Japan, and it rocks so hard.
It fucks very hard. I love Joy. I love Lindsay. I love that they're playing into their Toyota relationship. I love it.
I can't believe no one's done it before. It's just really cool. Like, there's Godzilla, and it's the one that can like shoot energy beams out of his mouth.
Of course. What other kind of Godzilla is there?
And there's like claw marks and stuff in the Haas logo.
I love it. It's
just really, really cool.
It looks so good.
And there's like a little Godzilla on the front of the car.
And it's white.
It's so cool.
So cool.
Great job. Great job, guys.
And you know what? They had great livery last year. They did the cherry blossom livery.
They did. Yeah.
Haas, keep up the good work.
Speaking of livery, we had a really great one, and now we have a really bad one.
Highs and lows, roses and thorns. And those thorns are that Mercedes has gone into their 2012 Tumblr emo wolf girl era.
God, it was so bad.
And they're really centering Toto Wolff in a way that I find personally very creepy, like an old dad hanging around a hot topic. I find it
grimy.
Like, it's gross, right? Like, why are you posing in the Matrix coat next to Kimi Antonelli, who's just doing the natural thing that people do at age 19, which is go emo.
It's also like Toto shouldn't be the story. Like Toto should not
I
be
know.
the thing. It should be the car and the drivers because that's the point.
And I get that his last name is Wolf, but like,
I still don't think that's how it should be.
move on. So it's the livery. Honestly, I don't think the livery is all that bad. I just think the whole concept is kind of stupid.
I think the livery is kind of rough. I think the team kit really bad.
Really bad.
Really bad. And then Racing Bulls is also doing a special livery. I think they're calling it like spring colors.
Okay.
It's like white and I don't know. There's nothing special about it.
It looks red. It looks identical to the Haas livery, except worse.
Basically.
So we need to make our predictions for Suzuka. Beautiful track. Can't wait to see how this new generation of cars fucks up beautiful, beautiful Suzuka. I will go first. I'm going to say Max Verstappen P1.
Okay.
I want it. I need it, actually. I need it.
I need it. I need it.
I need it. I'm not fucking around anymore. I let the first two slide. I need it. In P2, George. And if that causes some bitching between them this weekend,
even better.
Even better. P3, Charles, Fail King, Lewis. I think he's going to flop in front of Kim.
I like this world. I like this image. I'm going to go with the George P1, Kimi P2, Charles P3. And then Fail King. I'm going to say Ollie.
Okay. I guess we'll see what happens. It'll be beautiful. I know that. Cherry blossoms.
Yeah. It'll be gorge. So we'll see.
Okie dokie. So, the last thing we need to talk about is Max Super Max went to Nurburgring to race.
Well, and this is what I mean where it's like we need to win.
Right. Because he did but didn't.
Right. Sort of not really is how the weekend went.
Yeah.
So, first of all I have to say, Max was ominous the whole weekend. It was crazy, crazy business. The car looked scary. The car looked good. The car looked scary good. Max was on that track moving around like it was Mario Kart, and he had like hacked it. It was nuts.
Beautiful.
Everyone, it's funny, like at the end of the race and after everything had happened, everyone who drove was kind of like, that rocked. He needs to come back all the time.
They were having so much fun.
They were like, that was amazing.
Like the thing about him racing at Nürburgring and doing all of this GT3 racing is that they're all so psyched to race with him.
They are.
It's like when a rookie gets to go do a face-off against Sidney Crosby for the first time.
And they're all like, buddy, you're here.
The best moment of my entire life.
You made it.
You made it. And I love when that happens. I love when rookies get to take their first face-off against Sidney Crosby.
And you know that photo? Did you see that photo going around of like everyone around the car?
Yeah.
So there's a photo of like the car Max and his team was racing coming onto the podium. It is surrounded by like a crush of people.
Pope Mobile for real.
Totally. And I think it was everybody was like, Max. Max was not in the car. At least I don't think so. I think it was one of his other teammates driving.
He was on the podium. He was locked in on opening the champagne bottles. Did you see?
Well, of course he was.
Because they open them for you in F1.
They do.
So he was like locked in on it. Anyways, and then it was all the fun and games were ruined.
Yeah, so this sucked.
He was stripped and not in the way that I wanted him to be.
What happened is that there's a rule over the course of this race event that you can only use 6 sets of tires. Max's team used 7, and I guess they just weren't tracking appropriately. The guy who's the team principal of this like racing team that Max was racing with said, this was our first outing as a Mercedes AMG performance team at the Nürburgring. That's on us. Sorry, guys. So it sucked. It wasn't even that there was like a legitimate
issue,
like actual racing incident or like a tech issue or like the car was out of regulation. It just was like someone screwed up. Multiple people screwed up on counting, which stinks.
But who am I to judge? Because I do the same. But I'm also not in charge of...
Your job isn't counting.
That's true. There are people whose entire jobs it is to count tires.
And to be fair, Max was kind of like, I had so much fun. I don't really care.
Yeah, like the thing is that while this sucks, it just means he's going to come back next year and keep going.
Well, and now he's looking at like other GT3 racing. He's him.
He's him. He's literally him.
He's him.
I love him. So that brings us to the grid as ... which for the uninitiated is a moment in our podcast where we categorize a handful of riders and drivers from across the great wide world of motorsport as a person, place, thing, concept, and idea. And in honor of Sinkhole Saturday, we're going to do holes. The grid as
This is so fun.
holes. I'm really excited
so
about
fun.
this. I'm really excited about this. Would you like to go first?
Yes. So Pecco Fail is Peter Sinks, a natural sinkhole in northern Utah, one of the coldest places in the contiguous United States.
Okay.
Because he's having an ice cold season, as in he hasn't raced at all. Valentino Rossi is Grillo Lamana, which is a flat, wide, and shallow sinkhole in Italy, shaped like a coat of arms.
Okay.
Because he has his legacy and his little organization and everything.
Yes.
I have one more. I think Marc Marquez is the Great Blue Hole.
Oh, on Jupiter?
The coast of Belize. And it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is how I think we should all think about Mark.
Okay. Oh, it's Jupiter that has the gray red spot.
You could make a case for Alex being the Great Blue Hole and Mark being the Great Red Spot.
I think that's good. That's good. Because the Great Red Spot is a massive centuries-old cyclone storm located at 22 degrees south of the planet's equator.
Well, and then Mark's an alien, so.
This is what I'm saying. I went a little bit more esoteric with this.
Love that.
I think Fernando Alonso is the Yucatan crater.
Because it killed the dinosaurs?
Yeah. And it's ancient.
Right.
I think that Max Verstappen is Old Faithful. Because it's going to explode. It is a hole in the ground that is going to explode. And it's really fun and beautiful, and you really enjoy going to it, but it will kill all of North America.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I think that Kimi Antonelli is the book Holes, because he just finished reading it in middle school.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Really great book. Really great book.
Great book. And he learned a lot about child labor reading it.
Exactly.
And the prison to military, school to prison pipeline.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Subsection B, Max, I was also going to say, is the hole in an inner tube, because I just like to imagine him on a lazy river.
You know what? I don't think that counts, but I'll allow it.
Thank you.
I think he'd fuck with a lazy river.
In all ways except physical, Max is floating on a lazy river.
Truly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, that brings us to the end of the podcast.
It does.
Okay, so make sure to come hang out with us on TikTok, Threads, YouTube, and Instagram. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of content from Zoe and COTA, so stick around for that. And then make sure to follow, share, rate, review, engage with, comment on any and all of the above to help us grow. We really appreciate it. And let's keep chatting soon.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.